there's any way to do it. And what we're talking about is how all of a sudden people are engineers. Like I was talking to somebody the other day. I've got the mirroring in my head, like got hair shit. Anyway, for someone who I was talking to somebody about the engineering stuff the other day, and the thing that I typically make fun of people about, because that's just me. Like, it's just, and it's not. And actually, you know what? If I make fun of you to your face, which is most of the ways that I make fun of you, because I like to see the reaction, it just means I like you. But I know it's a weird way to give a virtual hug to someone, but
it's a guy thing. That's all it is.
See, so if I make fun of you,
if you're not comfortable enough with somebody to make fun of them, you don't make fun of them. Or if you don't like them, or you think too hard. But if it's somebody you like and enjoy being with, you give each other shit. It's just
give each other shit. It's just the thing. So the latest thing that I like giving people shit about is go-to-market engineering.
Is that really a thing now?
Oh fuck yeah, it's a thing. There we go. Drop the F-bomb. 801. I made it in 60 seconds. So where's your little like are you looking for the sound effect?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Shoot.
In this week, as we wait for the text to catch up.
Now, where's your ukulele?
Yeah.
And now a comment from Mike.
So there's a company out there called Clay, and they got a really cool logo. If you think of like modeling clay, and their whole idea, it's all really, really cool stuff. It highlights to me how bad I am at marketing, because you see people build these things up and what they've promoted out into the marketplace and have gotten so many people. Hey, Wendy, good morning. And Craig, yep, that's the advantage of not being delayed on YouTube, is you get to hear the F-bombs first. So bombs first, all of it first for the YouTube participants. Anyhow, about a year ago, might have been a little bit longer than that. Clay, you started seeing this stuff around GTM engineer. And at first it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool, because it hits on all of the really important things. Like there's so many different, like I've joked around. Huh?
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, you already hit the button. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I hit the button. That's why Craig said, like 2 minutes in, and no, I made it in 60 seconds. I looked at the clock. And so here's, I'm going to bounce around a little bit here because it's early coffee and I'm just getting warmed up. And if this is the first time you're participating in this, this is why you show up right when we start. Because there's some gold. The GTM engineering stuff came out with Clay about maybe a year and a half ago. Before that, and if you go to a website that I've got, it's called revenueplumber.com. And revenueplumber.com was all around this whole idea of, look, when you look at the pipes that bring the oxygen into your organization, which is the money, the lifeblood of your organization, like the people and the people and the teams, or the different organizations inside the organism, the thing that keeps both of them going, if this supply is ever cut off, is revenue. The money's got to be there. So we've got, you can think about plumbing into a house, and if your water main goes, you're screwed. Like there's no place that you're getting water inside your house if the main goes. But if something happens inside a bathroom, you can kind of start using one of the other bathrooms. There's a couple of different ways to go. And me and my warped sense of humor, I was like, when do you need to have a plumber? And you need to have a plumber when shit is just all over the place. So when would you have wanted to have a plumber? Well, you would have wanted to have a plumber that first look at that. Craig is in both places at once. Like he has answered the question. What happens if the YouTube Craig interacts with the LinkedIn Craig? Do they just explode? So that's
The
a
time space continuum has been you've
plot for
started another
plot
brain,
from Time
another
Cop.
timeline.
Anyhow, so there are a number of different really good people in the revenue space who are really good at marketing, and Clay started putting out the go-to-market engineer. And the first time I was like, ooh, this is actually really cool because we're gonna have people who are actually thinking about all of the different systems type stuff. Then I saw the people who are now GTM engineers, and I know them, and they are not that, but they got a stamp that says, hey, today you are a GTM engineer. And it's kind of like, okay, well, what they do? Well, they took a class and they got a certification. They answered a couple of questions. Craig is in 3 places. Ooh, Slack. Craig's in Slack. I'm anticipating that Slack, unless you now are starting to watch us on I don't know, like we're in X, we're in Facebook, we're in YouTube, we're in LinkedIn. Anyhow, here's the thing. The reason you bring certain roles into an organization or work with people outside, whether they're inside, you build the capability inside, or you buy the capability um, from somebody else, or you kind of do this hybrid model of, hey, we want to both build in flight, and so we're going to buy expertise and build. When you do these things, you have a specific job to be done. You have a specific problem that you want to solve. If you do not know what that problem is that you want to solve and have not done the root cause analysis of it, stop wasting your time, energy, and attention going and doing it, because there will always be someone who will market a new idea like the learning architect, the learning engineer, the go-to-market architect, the go-to-market engineer, the revenue plumber. Like somebody's going to come up with something cool. And I'm telling you, if the revenue plumber would have hit, God, that would have been fucking awesome. But like I had like Mario brother memes, like kind of putting a plunger into the toilet.
I think you should still roll with it, man. I think you should totally still roll with it.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay, if there's somebody out there who's really good at this marketing stuff, because I suck at it. Craig is competing against the AI producer. How did he get into the system? Did you open us up to claw code? Come on, Brent. We are not.
I have the producer going around scooping up all the comments and coming up with cool responses for me to add. Thanks, Grok.
So if you're a marketer, this is what people laugh about this thing. They do. They laugh about it because we overcomplicate these systems. And it sounds sexy when you're a learning engineer or a go-to-market engineer. But if you haven't ever engineered something, how do you call yourself that?
Well, if you've engineered a marketing campaign, that's some serious engineering right there.
I like the MacGyver shit.
Yes, Wendy, I did have Grok imagine the video animation and the background for today's show.
All right.
And the funny thing about Imagine is that it gives you like 50,000 options to choose from. I'm a huge fan.
Huge fan of Grok?
Yeah. Imagine specifically.
Oh, Imagine, yeah.
So that was one of the tools I showed my mom when I went out to see her. I'll save that story for later, because you know what? We're here for the news, and we're here to talk about AI and help people feel happy about the AI that is tearing up their world, changing our lives, making things better and making things worse all at the same time. I think.
Hey, Craig, you asked about a site. What site? Let's see how the delay goes.
I think Revenue Plumber, the plumber one. Yeah, revenueplumber.com.
Yeah, it just drops you in to it drops you into catalyst sale.
Forwards it.
Yeah. But dude,
it's a great brand. I'm telling you, you gotta go with it.
Like I'd show up with a little what are those little red plumber caps on, and
you'd have to have your pants falling down halfway though.
What do you you think that's not normal? Come on, man. That's how I roll.
Well, and then your presentation screen has to be under the sink, so you're like, oh, you're down there, giving your presentation to the staff.
Say no to crack.
Okay, we're truly off the rails, and so instead, I'm going to say good morning, L&D legends. Welcome to the L&D Morning Brief, where we caffeinate on corporate learning chaos so you don't have to. I'm your hilarious, over-caffeinated host, Hilarious Lee. Sorry for all you grammar Nazis out there. And this is Mike. He's the hilariously over-caffeinated co-host. And today we're diving into the stories that matter while the coffee's still hot. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
This would be where the sound effects come in and the really cool graphic comes up and the highly overproduced, hilariously over-caffeinated hosts get all fired up for the news. But it doesn't happen yet. Next time. All right, buckle up. This one's the monster under the bed for the entire tech world. Bridgewater Associates just dropped the bomb. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft are collectively planning to dump around $650 billion, do the thing, Mike, into AI-related infrastructure this year alone. That's up massively from $410 billion last year. We're talking data centers, chips, power grids, the works. Why should L&D care? Because this tidal wave of CapEx means your company is about to get flooded with AI tools, whether you're ready or not. Every department gets AI assistance, every process gets optimized, and suddenly your quaint compliance modules look like cave paintings. Hilarious L&D tie-in. If your learners can't prompt engineer their way out of a paper bag, they'll be the first ones automated into oblivion. Time to train the trainers on surviving the AI gold rush, or start practicing your "would you like fries with that" delivery.
I saw one of the SMB influencers, so small to mid-sized business, Main Street type businesses, and I mean there's some large Main Street type businesses that are out there, but I saw somebody, one of the influencers out there, um, and Craig quickly came into the picture when I saw this person posted, but the post on Twitter was, um, prompting will be the most important skill you learn.
That's so 2025, Mike.
And then proceeded to put together a whole thing around why prompting is important, and then like all of the stuff. And I look at this stuff, and what irritates the fuck out of me, yes, I'm going for 5. This is the drive for 5 today. 2 are in the book. What irritates me about this is when you read the overview around, look at that, there's almost no delay on YouTube. Craig said bam, and I think it's
And it
because
popped right up. Yeah.
so if you prefer the non-delayed version, move to current technology over at YouTube. If so here's the thing that bugged me is, as soon as you pick up this thing that talks about all of the things that go into a prompt, as a busy business owner or executive inside an organization, or someone who actually works, like doesn't just doom scroll all day, you look at it and you're like, God, I have got to come back to this because I just don't have enough time to read this thing right now. So you bookmark it, or you send it over to somebody else on your team. You're like, hey, take a look at this whole prompting thing and figure out how we get all of our people to be better prompters. And the reality is your onboarding sucks, and you suck at retaining talent. And it's not because you're not prompting well. It's because you're not leading well. So prompting, prompt. I mean, you know what? If you want to call it prompting and it helps your team ask better questions, then call it whatever the fuck it is that you want, and have your team ask better questions. And I'll be really happy that you've become a prompt expert. And there I am. I am three. I have knocked. I'm like one of those biathletes. I've knocked out three of the little spots. I got two more to go, and we're not even 15 minutes into this bad
Okay,
boy.
here's my producer tip for you. When you know you're about to go on a rant, put yourself full screen so I can check YouTube, I can follow, I can
do whatever you
respond
can do.
to Wendy and Craig, and then when I go on one, then you put me full screen, and then you can do all of that. That way we don't look like we're not paying attention to each other.
Are you
Yeah,
saying
there
I
you
look
go.
like?
But I'm not ready to rant yet. Put us both back on the screen. Oh, much better. I don't like being on the left side of the screen, in case anybody was wondering.
It's kind of interesting. It's like this half AI, not half the half screen version has an icon like it's automatic. If it's automatic, wouldn't you expect when the other person starts speaking, it just flips them over?
You'd think we were in Zoom. But yeah, apparently it's not as automatic as you'd think. But that's okay.
That's what I get for thinking.
Yeah. So, okay. The story. Did we talk about it? 650 billion AI arms race. Big tech goes all in. Is it a thing? Adam, good to see you.
Look at that.
Yes. AI should be producing this. You're absolutely right. And as soon as Restream or Ecamm or one of the tools that we use actually comes up with an AI bot or agent that takes care of all of that for us, I'm going to be all in. So, yeah. So just so you know, Adam, if you're new to the show, we're experimenting. And so we're talking about the news, but we're also learning and getting better at doing this as we go. So
if we could only be better at AI at prompting, maybe it would do that for us.
maybe I'm not prompting my regular AI.
Proper prior prompting prevents piss poor performance. Is that the whole
my God? Stop it right now. I will say, let me just close out the whole prompting thing with this. I do think you get better results if you learn how to talk to the AI and write. I don't want to say correct, but write a more contextually based prompt. There are some things that you can do to get AI to produce, give you better stuff so that you don't have to ask maybe so many questions. You can just ask the one, but I get it, because every time I mention it, somebody always drops into my comments on LinkedIn and says, but prompting is important and blah, blah, blah. Or I'll put something up and then they'll be too embarrassed to put it in the comments because they don't want to make me feel bad because they think I'm stupid. And so they go write their own LinkedIn post and I see it. And I'm like, yeah, I know why you're writing that. I know that's
we talked about the whole make fun of people in public. Like it's a good thing. It helps. It helps keep things moving in the right direction.
People
I like Adam's comment.
But when you post something and then a little while later, not even 24 hours, you see a string of posts about a particular topic.
It's
you
awesome.
Just wrote about. You kind of know.
Oh yeah. That's a coincidence.
Yeah.
What
I know. Funny how we all had that same thought at the same time, but had different takes on it.
Well, here's the and this is why I'm really big on this whole death of prompting kind of thing. There will always be academics. Leave prompting to the academics. Let's go get real work done and get your people using the tools. Like,
yes. That's
Which,
what my post yesterday was kind of all about.
oh, I missed it. So see,
No, you
maybe,
saw it. You commented on it, I think, or
oh,
you.
did I?
Yeah, I think so.
The it's get people out there using the thing. When they use the thing, they'll get creative and they'll be like, oh, this is kind of cool. But imagine if you were one of those people who's like, you know what, I just don't feel comfortable using all this stuff because I don't know that I'm really good at prompting, so I'm going to take this prompting course to learn how to use this thing. I mean, come on, people. Like,
But okay. So to be fair, again, I have to take
we're
both
fair.
sides of this because there are always people out there who are slower to the tech uptake than most. And so there will always be, for the next 24 to 48 months, people out there who are just getting into it and finally deciding, okay, I want to learn how to do this. Can you show me? And maybe I should take a workshop or maybe I should take a course. And all of us that have been doing it, for 6 months, because that's an epic historic amount of time in AI time. Yeah, we're all like, what? You're just coming to it now? But yeah, there are laggards. There are tech laggards. And so it's hard to be on the bleeding edge, Mike.
So, super cool about it. And Craig, you should be paying attention to the show, not coming up with.
We have lost our producer.
Craig, I will send you, a couple of the images that I have for the Revenue Plumber, and you will appreciate it. It's some stuff that I tested with Dolly, way back when, and it did some really good stuff back then. So here's the thing: if you're one of those people that Brent is describing, and you're looking for the next course that's going to teach you how to prompt or whatever, teach you how to use the tool, just do this. Think of something that you already know really well, like whatever it is. Like, hey, I know how to raise kids, whatever, or I know how to train a dog, or I know how to cook food, whatever it is. Go into your LLM of choice and just say, play dumb. Be like, hey, I'm working on this thing. Can you help? And the first response is going to be like, dude, I am so happy you were here. This sounds like an exciting thing to work on. I want to bring you, human, into my tech world. And then you put the thing in there. One of the first prompts that I ran in ChatGPT way back when was, how can I train my dog to sit? And it was fucking phenomenal. It was absolutely amazing, and because it laid out things that I wasn't emotionally attached to. I mean, I am emotionally attached to my dog, but I'm not emotionally attached to the process of figuring out how to make the dog sit. So going through this piece and just kind of working through it, you start to realize, hey, there's some cool stuff that this thing can do. And then you start to think, well, what if it does this other stuff? And we're not getting into anyway, the thing is just getting yourself comfortable using the tool, seeing what the tool's capability is, and then starting to push limitations. You learn about the tool, you think about how it applies to what you already know, you take action, and then you put things into practice. And this loop will help.
And then you reflect on them, right, Mike?
There you go. So I'm checking out some of the comments. Awesome to see Adam in here and getting active in the comments.
I love it.
And Craig in multiple places, including our Slack channel of the Revenue Plumber. Yeah, awesome.
All good. Story number 2. Fresh research from the Josh Bersin Company screams that AI is accelerating at warp speed in corporate L&D. 74% of companies say they're already falling behind on skill demands, and AI is the only thing moving fast enough to catch up. We're seeing hyper-personalized paths, AI agents generating content, and entire workflows redesigned around human AI collab. Why it matters to you. This isn't nice to have anymore. L&D teams that don't operationalize AI right now will be the blockbuster of 2026, while the Netflix of learning, probably powered by some LLM you can't pronounce, eats your lunch. The future is architecting human AI capabilities for real business impact. Stop bolting on chatbots. Start redesigning roles so people thrive next to their silicon coworkers.
It does not. Does that one do anything for you?
I think we've already talked about it 100 times.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, there was some buzzword bingo in there, though. That was fun.
There was.
How many times have we heard the Netflix of learning? The future is architecting. Aren't we just talking about that?
Yeah.
All that good stuff. But anyways, yeah, go check out Josh Burson and e-learning industry. There is an AI trends and L&D report from e-learning industry, and Josh has some new research out there. So go check out both of those. A thought from Mike.
I wonder at what point does one of our episodes of the show up in the news?
That's an interesting sidebar, Mike. When we become our own news, we know we will have jumped the shark.
All right, back to the news.
Good thought, though. I'm so putting a scene in for that in eCam. I'm building that today.
The ukulele.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the thoughts from Mike. Story number 4, or is it 3? I think we're in 3. Human culture. Training Journal nails it. 2026 is when we stop treating AI like a shiny toy and embed it into real workflows while desperately clinging to the trust, culture, and actual human well-being. We're redesigning roles, focusing on measurable outcomes, and making sure employees don't feel like disposable meat sacks in an algorithm factory. Why L&D pros should care. If we nail this, learning becomes proactive, adaptive, and actually drives performance instead of checking compliance boxes. Get it wrong, you get burned out, resistance, and a workforce that quietly resents the helpful AI overlord. Leadership is shifting to empathy and ethics, the stuff AI still can't fake convincingly. Story 4.
Actually, let's go back. Read the first part of that story again, like just the first piece.
Story 3. Training Journal nails it. 2026 is when we stop treating AI like a shiny toy and embed it into real workflows while desperately clinging to trust, culture, and actual human well-being.
Given the amount of time that we have talked about workflow and integrating into workflow and embedding into workflow, do you believe that we really understand what workflow is?
Excellent point, Mike. I need a sound effect for this. No, we have not actually done the work. This is very common. This is something that's been happening for decades in our industry, where you're asked to do training on a particular process and you sadly realize the process hasn't been defined yet. That's why nobody's following the process. Nobody has a workflow, therefore nobody's following the workflow. So we can't build training on the workflow. And then we as training professionals end up being the ones to architect the workflow.
It's absolutely insane. Like, if I say spaghetti diagram, do you know what that is?
Yes, I believe you've asked me this question before, and I believe I'm prepared today. My brain is actually functioning. And so I do remember and recall our conversation about the spaghetti diagram.
Okay. So for those of you who aren't familiar with it, go to your LLM of choice and ask this, prompt it with this statement, which is also just a fucking question. There's 5. What is a spaghetti diagram? Can you give me a couple of examples? And what's cool about this is you'll start to see how how stuff flows, work flows around the business. What are people doing as they go through the business? And if you don't understand the workflow, you can't integrate into the workflow. So, like, demonstrate
Yeah.
to people the
And
subject
you
matter
can't,
experts.
so you can't, so this is the other thing, right? That everybody's been talking about. So you can't implement AI in your business without doing all of the boring, shitty pre-work first. And part of that is, what the hell is your process? How does your business run? Hey, exec, do you even know? Do you even know the process? Do you even know how your own business runs? If you haven't figured that out and you haven't documented it and put it into a list or put it into something that the people you hired to work for you can follow intelligently, then you're not ready for AI. Don't use it. Don't put it in. Not to mention the fact that you have to label all your data, tell, so AI knows what in the hell the stuff is that you've asked it to look at and magically make awesome in your business.
I, I don't know if Craig is fucking with us, which just gave me a sixth one, but I think he's looking for clarification, like the idea of workflow or specifically to AI. I don't know if this is supposed to be a question, but if I've been putting some of this stuff out recently, specifically around the hiring and onboarding process. Like, if you don't have if you suck at your hiring process and you suck at your onboarding process, you are likely going to suck at scale when you insert some kind of AI tool to help you do these things.
Your AI is going to be shitty, and you're going to say, "Oh, the AI implementation failed," and you're going to blame the poor consultants who told you ahead of time, "Hey, you know what? Your company, your business isn't quite ready for AI." And you said, "No, damn it! I want to automate all my emails so I don't have to answer all the emails that everybody's sending me."
I went to a Vistage meeting and somebody in front of that group said, if I implement this inside my business is going to completely change. I want the change now. I sat in, I watched Diamandis talk about the singularity, and I want the singularity inside my business now. Like, so and so brought it up in a board meeting and we want it now.
And let's execute. Everybody execute, because I'm a good leader and I'm a CEO and I've given you direction. Now execute.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that word. It's a very good word. Most people just don't know how to do it, right? So, back up. It's one of those, like, hey, if I can't do this, maybe I should step backward and do the thing just before that. And if I can't do that, maybe I should step backward and do the thing just before that. And if I can't do that, let's step backward and do the thing just before that. And one of the cool things about these tools is you're gonna be able to iterate.
No. You should be able to just execute. It should
Oh,
just be here. It
you know what? Brent, thank you for helping me see the light of prompting. I'm just going to ask the prompt, how do I execute?
Yeah.
and build this in a way where where my team executes without failure.
I think we should start a consultancy where all we build for the CEO is a web page that looks like an AI thing, and you just put in a thing, type in your AI question here, and all it does is all it does is cycle through some standard responses and replies.
I think it's called a magic 8-ball.
Yes, we do. You give all of your CEOs a magic 8-ball. So when they say, it should be executed by the end of the day. This isn't hard, right? I've given you direction. Just implement it. Just turn it on. I bought the thing. It should be.
Come on. I'm the visionary.
Yeah,
where's my integrator?
I hired you people to be able to pull this thing off overnight.
So I'm sure we have more news.
I know. Where are those clouds? Industry specific. We are into story number 4. In pharmaceuticals and healthcare, specialist shortages are brutal. Former WHO chief scientist Soumya Swaminathan just highlighted how AI can bridge massive gaps. My apologies to butchering your name, Soumya. Delivering expert level training and decision support in underserved areas. Think adaptive simulations for rare procedures, real-time compliance updates, and personalized upskilling for nurses and docs. Why L&D in healthcare should pay attention. So listen up. If you work for a pharmaceutical, listen up. This is for you. This is it. This is where we tie the story into you and L&D. Compliance and governance training just got supercharged. AI can scale scarce expertise, reduce errors, and keep teams current on exploding medical knowledge. If your org serves hospitals, pharma, or med tech, this is your cue to build AI powered, hyper targeted learning paths before patient outcomes force your hand.
What hit the cutting room floor?
Wait, we still have one more story. We're not ready for cutting room floor.
The people culture thing, the meat bags.
Oh no, we already did people culture too. This is authoring tools. This is that fifth.
That's right. This is when we added to help draw some more attention that sponsors can come put their logo up on our up on the.
That's right. And Elucidot, did they ever get back to you? Because they finally made the grade and got into the show.
They did not.
I mean, Articulate and Captivate, you just know they're going to be there all the time. But you know what? Elucidot, you did good work. You got a shout out. So, call Mike. Hey, story 5, authoring tools and platforms. The quiet shift. Everyone's hunting AI-powered alternatives. No blockbuster M&A this week for Articulate, Adobe Captivate, iSpring, or the usual suspects. But the chatter is loud. Teams are ditching traditional tools for AI-first platforms that auto-generate content, personalize on the fly, and integrate seamlessly. UMU, Synthesia, and others are popping up as go-tos for faster, smarter authoring. 87% of L&D teams already use AI tools, but only a tiny fraction are all in. Why in the heck does this matter? If your go-to authoring suite can't keep up with the generative AI speed, you're creating content at dial-up pace in a 6G world. Time to evaluate merges, acquisitions, or straight up switches, because the next big platform update might just be AI does 90% of your job now.
I missed that piece. Wendy just added that Lucidot is now owned by Learning Pool.
There it is. Yeah, the mergers and acquisitions thing is real. I'm surprised that maybe hit the cutting room floor for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, I had a lot of conversations with folks that I've known over the years that run some of these companies. And there's always the wink and the nod that there are a boatload of mergers and acquisitions in the works that started last year and will be completed and or closing this year, likely still before the end of March. So we should be keeping our eyes open for sure.
Adam just put in something here about AI slop and how it's infiltrating corporate L&D. One of the cool things about it is our executive producer, which varies between, alternates between Grok and Gemini, will periodically bring up a story related to the risk of all of the extra stuff that's out there. And then we'll get into a discussion around the amygdala and whether or not you should turn on or off, or things should be on or off relative to the amount of nourishment that you can take in. And this is why, Adam, we need architects and engineers inside our L&D piece of place to help minimize the slop. And actually, at some point in time, I think we're going to coin a new one: the L&D gatekeeper.
Yes, well, we had those back in the day, and then they got rid of them.
What were they called back then?
Librarians.
Oh.
You couldn't check out the corporate training manual unless you went through the librarian, and you had to have all of the right security clearances, and you had to have your badge, and you had to slide her a 20 under the table, and I mean, just all sorts of hullabaloo. Just get yourself some content.
my favorite Intel librarian. Uh, her name is Bonnie, and she worked in one of the CH buildings. And I worked with her for years when I was with O'Reilly, and we were selling Safari books online. And she was. She was part of the Intel library, and the Intel library was pushed out back there at the Chandler location was moved off to like CH11 if that building even exists anymore.
It's got to. That's the one. Oh no, it's not. Is that the one with the airport right next to it? The
No,
one? That's
no.
C10.
The
That was
so
C10.
anyway, there are some really cool librarians out there. The biggest, God, I'm going for 7. The biggest mind fuck for me was when I moved um, out of going to learning and development conferences because of what I was doing with SmartForce and Skillsoft, and
Yeah.
then started working with O'Reilly, and then went to librarians conferences. And when I went to the Special Librarians Association conference, I realized they are literally the same people. Just at one point, they they picked up the tag that sorted them to the right or the left. Like they just went down one path or another path. Like we're just gonna go, they just happen to be there, and they are literally like they you had the same people kind of going through there was always somebody who was going through with their roller bag, picking up all the tchotchkes at the end of the show, trying to just load up on as many of those things that they could get. The conversation,
Every conference is the same, Mike.
it is.
Every conference is exactly the same.
What do you think the common denominator is of these conferences?
The people that own them and put them together, and the money that's made.
So, and from a participation perspective, it's the people, right? Like we still have meat bags, the wetware that goes to these things, and that's why I'm so optimistic about the future with all of this stuff. Is that yes, this technology is going to help us move faster. And there's going to be some stuff that's going to be screwed up, and we're going to create some damage as we go through. And ideally, we've got smart people working on good things as we move through this stuff, and not to be too like Pollyanna-ish. At the same time, there's some basic things that will continue. Brent, go through your thing. What is training?
Hey, training is an event, learning is a process, technology supports them both, and performance improvement is the goal we're looking for.
So, like, know what your goal is, know what the process is to get there, know where those events sit in the process to enable you and your team to get to the goal, and have a little bit of fun while you're doing it. And if you know somebody else who would have fun listening to us banter back and forth, share this with them, because we do this every morning, Monday through Thursday at 6:00 in the morning for Brent and I here in Arizona. We are still debating because we've got time change coming up, and I think it's a debate. Brent may not think it's a debate, but I think we've got people so into the whole 8:00 Eastern thing that we should do this at 5:00 in the morning. And he's like, "You're absolutely fucking nuts." So maybe we'll have maybe this could be the catalyst to the rest of the world not changing clocks.
Yes, maybe we could trigger that. Yeah,
trigger that. Maybe this will be
send a letter to your congressman there, Mike, and put a stamp on it. You know.
Maybe we just
old guy shouting.
Maybe this is our little thing where we put a ripple out there. So
we can put
somebody who find this interesting, share it with them, because the comments and the feedback and all of that other kind of stuff is how we learn and how we get better and how we
absolutely
demystify this stuff.
And I love the engagement, Adam. Thanks for joining us today and jumping in. I clicked the follow on your Adam on your LinkedIn account. So it'll be good to stay connected with you. Thanks for being here. But we got the cutting room floor still to hit. So we still got a little bit of show left before we decide to hang this thing up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So stories we found but didn't select. SYML, SYMAL group, earnings 9,200 plus hours of facilitated training. Weird. Value X2, all one word. AI prompts for HR and L&D, Gartner Future of Work Trends, Human Machine Era, Udemy Analyst Session on 2026 L&D Trends, Cognata Best AI Tools for L&D Managers, Neuroscientist on Gen Z Cognitive Stunting via EdTech, IBM's stock drop after Anthropic's COBOL modernization brag, Meta AMD $100 billion plus AI chips deal, neuroplasticity research on experience rewiring brain pathways, and last but certainly not least, moral learning across lifespan review.
Is that a
I
new
don't even know
is
how
that a
those
new
words
learning
go together.
style?
What's that?
Is that a new learning style?
Yes, I don't know how those 5 words even go together. I'm like, what?
Man.
It's like, yeah, that was just sort of a free for all, pulling all the chips out of a bag for Scrabble. Here's 5 words, put them together and make a sentence. Good Lord. Well, that's your morning brief. Stay sharp, stay human, and maybe prompt engineer your own coffee refill. See you tomorrow, L&D Warriors.
There we go. Hey, Adam, thanks for joining us. Good to meet you in person way back when. So Adam and I met through a community group, Thursday Night Sales, and one of their
Oh,
local
cool.
events that took place back up in Sandestin, Florida, which is up in the Panhandle. Adam, good to see a familiar
You seem to
face and
know
familiar voice.
everybody that shows up. I'm still waiting for our one person to show up that doesn't know either of us, that just jumped in out of nowhere to say hi.
It's gonna happen. My sister showed up yesterday, which was pretty
Well,
funny.
but she knows you. That
Yeah,
doesn't count.
I get that. But what was funny about my sister showing up is she then sent me a Google Doc. Again, family branches run deep, I guess. She sent me a Google Doc with her, her whole layout of like implementing AI in the school system. And then she sent me a text a little bit later, and she's like, "So, what'd you think?" I said, "It was a lot of words, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and read it." But there's it's good. It is good to it's good that this is getting out there. Because
Yeah.
I think if there's one thing you take away from all of this, beyond a warped sense of humor that Brett and I have, as we go through it, and some really good comments that'll happen from the folks that are listening in. It's that if you want to learn how to use something, you got to go out and use it. You got to go do the thing. And then when you do the thing, you got to think about, hey, did it work? Did it not work? Are you stuck with something? And then you can start to adjust and iterate. And these tools will let you do that at a speed much faster than you ever could. And, um, and if you keep your head in the sand, you won't know, and you'll be shocked, and you'll be um, hit by a lot of this. And I did a post a little bit earlier today um, on LinkedIn. I'm leading into this one a bit more. Like, you have a choice. You can either lead, you can follow, or you can get out of the way. And I know that's one of those things that's been said over and over and over again. The angle I took this morning is just ask yourself this question: am I leading? Am I following? Am I getting in the way? And when you ask the question, look in the mirror, and the answer will become clear, and you'll know, am I getting in the way of things? If you're getting in the way, okay, why? What's your purpose?
What does getting in the way look like, though?
I think getting in the way is going in there and telling people, no, this is just isn't going to work. I don't want to do that stuff. I'm not going to do that. Or, people who are doing this kind of stuff is not, or it's always changing, or like, oh, nope, that's
This
just not
this
how.
AI thing is a fad. We don't need to be investing in it.
The one that I love, and this happens inside organizations over and over and over again, is that's just the way it is. Go fuck yourself. That's the way you allow.
Dang, Mike, you dropping the F-bombs, man.
It's what you allow it to be. It's not just the way it is. Like that's a cop out. It is what it is. Uh,
And that's the way it is.
yeah, there you go, Walter. Thank you. And so it just it's how you allow it. But the hard part is, I think the biggest challenge that a lot of folks run into, and everybody runs into different challenges, and you've got to understand what your flavor of challenge is, which is why prompting is so important. Ask yourself questions, you will get better answers, and you can start to shift perspective. But if you if it's if you don't know what you want, or you don't know where you're going, it's super hard to get it or get there.
Sounds like people need a catalyst, Mike. Where can people find their catalyst?
I don't even know if they need a catalyst. I think they just need to slow down just for a second and ask a couple of fucking questions. There we go. 9. I might go for 10. We're going double digits today. You can find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com. If you'd like to work with me directly, you can hit up coachsimmons.com. Brent, where can people find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, just where we are doing this stream, or the YouTube. Maybe one points to the other. I don't know. But you should totally reach out and say, hey.
I'm going to leave it at 9 only because I'm going to level up at some point in the future and save 10 for a really special occasion. So come back and just, are you lucky enough to be a part of the show where we hit 10? So what do you say? We do this again tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Let's come back tomorrow.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's the way we roll.
I have got us blocked off for our next hackathon. If you've got calendars in front of you and you want to know the date, right now I've got us planned for the next hackathon on. I'm pulling out my calendar, but just so that because we've got some new folks here. We ran a hackathon last week, really successful. Craig and Wendy were our 2 hackathon experts working on their platforms of choice. Wendy used Copilot. Craig went into Chat GPT, and on Wednesday the 18th is what I've got blocked out currently for our next hackathon. So if you want to join us, let us know. If you've got a AI tool of choice that you'd like to use, we do not share the challenge in advance. We come up with it live on the show and let folks do their thing. And it actually worked out pretty well last time.
It was so fun.
All right.
So fun.
We'll see you. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Adios, everybody.